Hi, my name is David Blystone, and this is my introduction to my Precalculus video series. This video course could be used as standalone videos for different Precalculus topics. If you just need to see a video on a topic, I've got them. They'll be listed in units, and you can find the topics. It could also be used as a comprehensive homeschool course. I will be teaching a full Precalculus course that would be preparing you for calculus. And so it could also you could use it for that. It could also be a course complement if you're taking pre-calculus somewhere and you just want to follow along, you want to see things again and kind of have another way of looking at things. That can also help you. Or if you just need to review your pre-calculus, you're about to start calculus and you just want to review some things, you can go through this course as a refresher. So I will be using this book to get all my problems and the lesson order from, called Precalculus with Limits, a Graphing Approach, 3rd edition by Larson, Hostetler, and Edwards. Other editions are pretty much mostly the same, as long as Larson. Larson has written them for a long time, and he has kept it, just keep it Precalculus with Limits. He has all sorts of ones, Precalculus, and calculus, just Precalculus with Limits. Larson has also renumbered them, so though this is the 3rd edition, he's written a couple more editions, and then he's renumbered them, and the current is the 5th, but that's like a 5th of a second set. It's really weird. But again, other editions are mostly the same. They kind of change little sections here and there, but it's pretty much the same. Examples follow, things like that. I will be using a few other texts for extra sections, not too many times. It'll mostly come from this book, but like there's 1 or 2 sections, and that's not too big a deal. I will also be using the Desmos Graphing Calculator utility. It's a free graphing calculator utility. You can use it at desmos.com. So if you're using these for homeschool or private teaching, get the book to do the problem sets. Now, for homework problems, I don't know if they're going to be the same. I can't say they will be. I am going to give problem numbers based on the edition I have. Yours might be a little different. Sorry about that. Again, the homework, I can't say they'll be the same, but, the problems are generally similar. So you may have different things. It may look a little different. I'll try when I give the homework ideas at the end of each section to tell you what the problems are like. So if it's not the same, you might look in the section for similar type problems. You could find the book on eBay and Abe Books. The newer editions are going to be more expensive. So, if you can get one of the older, it's probably going to be cheaper. Solutions manual. So this is an interesting thing. There are 2. There is a complete solutions manual and a student solutions manual. The complete has them all. The student has, I don't remember if it's odds or evens. It's one or the other. You might be able to find a complete. Complete's obviously better, so you can do it. Students is something. Again, you might find on eBay, but that one would probably match whatever book you buy. So make sure it would be for whatever edition you buy. As far as tests, I will make a video later deciding what I might do about making tests available for homeschool parents or people who would like to have tests if they're following along, and quizzes and things like that. But that'll come later. Just look for a video in the pre-calculus set in the playlist about tests. And I'll make an update post about that when I make one and make a decision. All right. If you are doing AP pre-calculus, I do want to make a point. I am not following the order of sections in their course description of this course. I may, in the future, make an AP Precalculus course, videos following the course description, which would be different, because it goes differently and asks for different sections. But that would be the future, and if you see those there now, it is the future, and I've done it, and you're looking for AP Precalculus, go to that one. However, so that in the current time, if you are taking AP Precalculus, you can use this. I will cover all the topics that will end up on the AP exam for Precalculus. And on the video, I'll kind of note it somehow, and usually in the chapter, in the introduction video for the unit, but I'll try to put it on the video with some type of symbol or something to say, this is a non-AP section, and so you don't need this. But I will try to cover every topic on the test. So how you can use these videos. Have a pencil, paper, and calculator ready. And if you're going to use this as a homeschool course or private learning, I'd use a notebook instead of just paper. So you have everything. If there's any vocabulary, theorems, or charts, write them down. Pause the video, write them down. Write out the work examples. There will be worked examples. I will work an example and show you how to do it. Sometimes, not all the time, just depends on what I do. After the worked example, there may be a problem called a U-try, a practice problem. If there is, pause the video, work the problem, and start to check your work. Sometimes there won't be, because sometimes an example is to show something you just need to see, but I'm telling you exactly what you need to see, and so doing a practice problem, you're going to get basic same result, or a similar result, so it's not quite worth it. So, and then sometimes there's just not going to be a practice problem for it, or sometimes the practice problem is going to take so long that I'm just not going to, we're just going to do the one. Calculators. I will assume that you have some type of graphing calculator. If it's just Desmos on your computer or the phone app Desmos, I suppose is fine too. But I will assume that you have a graphing calculator available to you at any point to use. Don't use your phone. Again, now, Desmos app is not a bad thing, I suppose. That's okay. But remember, you would be using it on a computer for any type of test. You can't use the phone app version. You couldn't use your phone on the AP exam, so don't. Try not to anyway. If it's the only thing you really have access to and only thing you can use, it's all you've got, then, do so at your own risk. Just remember, you can't use it on national exams or big tests or things like that. As for physical calculators, I recommend the TI-83 Plus or TI-84 Plus series. Any of the models in those series are good. There are Casios, but I don't know anything about them. I've never used Casio. I don't know people who use Casio. I've seen them out there, but I don't know any personally, so I don't have any recommendations on good Casio graphing calculators. I know they've made quite a few. I know TI. They're not sponsoring me, but I just have used their products for a long time, and I know how to use them, and so that's what I recommend personally. But again, if you know Casio and you've used them, that's your choice. What about the TI-89 Titanium or TI Inspire CAS? So these have a CAS, a computer algebra system. They can't be used on the SAT, but they can be used on the AP exams. Computer algebra system does a lot of algebraic manipulation for you that can do some calculus things that others can't. It can factor, it can do a lot of things. It's nice to have. It can simplify expressions, things like that. Which is not a bad thing to have. But a lot of colleges won't allow them for their courses because of the computer algebra system. If you can only buy one, buy the non-CS models, buy the 83 plus series or 84 plus series. If you can afford a second calculator, get one of the CAS models as your second calculator. There's also the regular TI-89, but it's out of production, so you'd only find it used. It's just the TI-89 Titanium without like flash memory, I think, or something. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit slower. So that's also a good one. Don't get the TI-92. The TI-92 looks very similar, but it has a QWERTY keyboard and no one will let you use it. So don't even bother with that. If you now, if a CAS model is cheaper than the other, get that. If you can find a CAS model cheaper than you can the regular, get that first. It's worked fine. Just remember when you can't use it. All right, order of units. So if you're following with the book, I will be taking these chapters out of order. I will be starting with 7-8, and I'm going to combine that into one unit. 7-8 are systems of equations and matrices. I want to get that away of first. So that'll be unit 1. And I'm not going to cover system inequalities, linear programming, and certain things on on matrices, the uses of some things. I'm not going to cover that. Then I will cover chapters 1 through 6 in order. Then 10, 11, 9, and 12 in that order. And last, there will be a unit on any extra section for the AP exam, which is like 2 things. So it'll be like 2 videos. I will make 2 playlists, one following this order and one going in chapter order. So basically, I'll have I'll make it like a playlist that goes in the order that I'm doing it here, and then I'll make one that actually goes along with the book. But it will cut any sections that I cut. So just know that. All right. So here are my units. Here's the overview of the course. We're going to start with Unit 1, Systems of Equations Using Matrices and Determinants. Unit 2, Functions and Their Graphs. Unit 3, Polynomial and Rational Functions. Unit 4, Exponential and Logarithmic Functions. Unit 5, Trigonometric Functions. Now, notice that Unit 1, the whole unit, none of that is on the AP Pre-Calculus exam. So if you are doing AP Pre-Calculus, you would start with Unit 2. You don't need Unit 1. You would start with Unit 2. Unit 6 is Analytic Trigonometry. Unit 7, Additional Topics in Trigonometry. Unit 8 are topics in Analytic Geometry. Unit 9, Analytic Geometry in 3 dimensions. Unit 10, Sequences, Series, and Probability. Unit 11, Limits and Introduction to Calculus. And then I'll have Unit 12, I'll call it Special Unit, Unique AP Pre-Calculus Topics. Those are things that will only be on the AP Pre-Calculus exam that you might want to know. Again, 1 star, the whole unit, so Unit 7, Unit 11, and Unit 9 will not be on the AP exam. None of the stuff in there. In Unit 8 and Unit 10, there will be like certain sections that will be for AP Pre-Calculus. So those will be noted for you. I'll say this is on the AP exam and these others aren't. So just know that if you're doing AP Pre-Calculus, I'm going to go back a second. You would do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, part of 8, part of 10, and then the special unit. And that will cover everything for the AP Pre-Calculus exam. All right, that's an overview of the Pre-Calculus video series. I hope you enjoy the videos. I hope they're helpful. And as I always say, keep on learning.